there's one thing I learned: life is full of curveballs, and you don't have to handle them on your own. So it's good to collaborate, find your tribe, and just do great things with great people.
Hey everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Send Them to Dino podcast. Today I am interviewing somebody that I've been working with behind the scenes for a long time now. She's been a realtor for 8 years. She has a background in interior design. She has a heart of gold, and I am so happy to have her officially join the team. Check it out. So, Efruz, let's start right at the beginning. Where'd you come from? How'd you get into real estate? What's your story?
Well, I was born and raised in Turkey, and I moved here about 14 years ago and met my husband. Originally, I have a bachelor's degree in interior design, and I was an interior designer for a while. But I think I like the part of dealing with people more than anything. So that kind of...
Why Canada, of all places?
Well, actually, my brother moved here first for work. And then after finishing school, I moved here I went to a language school, and then I went to college here. And then I ended up staying after meeting my husband.
Okay, so you did the interior design here or back in Turkey?
I did do it here. So I worked here as an interior designer for a while. And then I figured I liked more dealing with people than anything. So that kind of led me into real estate, which I love doing.
So with the interior design, what made you get into that in the first place?
I've always had this creative side, and I really enjoyed it, even as a kid. And I was looking into doing something creative in university too. So I chose interior design, and I really loved it, which I still do. And I think it goes really hand in hand with real estate too. So I'm able to still use it with the listings or just giving advice to my clients. I truly enjoy it. I think that's the most important.
Definitely. So did you work for a company, or did you do your own thing with it?
I did work for a company, but then when I realized that I wanted to do my own thing, that's when I got into real estate. So it just worked out the best way possible, I think.
What was it like going from working for a company to kind of being your own boss in real estate? How was that transition?
Tough. You think it's going to be much easier, right? Being your own boss, but you just simply work much more than you would if you're employed. It is not easy. It takes a lot of discipline and hard work. So it was tough. It was hard to get used to, but you slowly get your systems in place and things start working out. So it's a learning curve. It still is.
And you've been in real estate for 8 years now?
8 years, yes.
And always with RE/MAX?
No, I haven't always been with RE/MAX.
Oh, where'd you start?
I started with a RE/MAX office, and then I moved to a Royal LePage office for a short period. And then now I'm back to RE/MAX.
So as somebody who's been in the industry a long time, what advice would you give somebody that's just starting out in real estate?
Discipline. Have your systems in place from the beginning. It's more important to work on your business when you first start than working in your business. So then you have everything ready when you really get busy, that you have to do a lot of running around. So that would be my advice, to just start with creating your systems. So how about you? Do you know what kind of advice you would give to someone just starting out in this business?
Okay, so I feel like when I started, I did a few things right and I did a few things wrong. One thing that I did right, I found was joining a team just so I can get that experience faster. One thing that I did wrong is I didn't keep track of my expenses. Okay, so here's the thing in real estate. It's very easy to calculate what a 2% commission is or a 3% commission is on a sale, right? Thousands of dollars. But then it's like everybody takes a little piece, the boards take a piece, the office takes a little piece, the photographer wants a little piece. He's sitting behind me. Everybody takes a little piece, right? You give your client a nice gift, little piece. The government wants a piece. So, in terms of, you really have to track what you're spending, because it doesn't really matter what you earn, it's what you keep. And the first couple years, I didn't keep anything because I thought that I had all these great ideas that didn't end up going anywhere. So my advice would be to track your expenses. Don't be cheap. Know what to spend your money on. Like for me, I didn't need to go and buy 5 suits. I spent thousands of dollars on suits that don't even fit me anymore.
Yeah.
So that was a waste. And there's a few other things that I spent money on that I really shouldn't have. So definitely watch what you're spending your money on. Okay. Somewhere in the halfway point of your career, you had something go sideways. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah, I did. So in 2021, I was diagnosed with kidney cancer, which was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect. Yeah.
Yes, no one expects it. It's one of those things, like everybody says, you never think it would happen to you, but it does, unfortunately. It was a bit of a shock. It came out of nowhere. And having a young family and a young child, it was hard to deal with that. But I think being in a business like this, I also had the flexibility with my scheduling and everything. So going through the surgery and all that, I was still able to somewhat keep up with my business and get the help I needed from my colleagues, which is great. But yeah, it was tough. And another thing I learned going through cancer is accepting to get help, because there's people there who love you, who care for you, and there to help. So it's good to ask for it when you need it.
Definitely. I see a lot of that in this industry where, a lot of realtors think that, that we have to do everything ourselves and that we're the only ones that are capable of doing certain things for our clients. And I mean, I think it's a fine line. It's something I learned pretty early on. Like, if you need help, just get it, because at the end of the day, it's great to care for your client and want to be there for them. But sometimes the best way to be there for them is to let somebody else help out.
Exactly.
Whether it's doing a showing or picking something up, dropping it off, or even doing a little bit of research, looking something up. There are a lot of things where, as long as the realtor that you're asking for the help is willing to do it and do it well, they can do it just as well as we can in a lot of cases. And I think our clients appreciate us for it, because I know if I was trying to buy a house and there were 2 people working for me, or 3, I'd feel better than well, no one, I guess, if you can't do it, right?
Well, absolutely. Yeah. It's good to get that help. And you're able to create that trust and that relationship with other great agents. It definitely works out.
Definitely. So going back to the unfortunate cancer bit there, how was your mental health during that whole period? How did that tie into work?
Well, mental health's been a thing for me for a long time, actually. So it's something that I've been struggling with for the last 15 years of my life, probably. So it was really tough. That's when you're going through the sickness yourself, it feels like everything's kind of happening around you and you're just sitting there and watching it. Yeah. But once it is all done and settled, you go through it, it's over. I think that's when I struggled most with my mental health. That was the time I realized that, okay, wait a minute, what just happened, right? So I found that part harder to get out of than going through the sickness, actually.
I see. So after you stabilize, for lack of a better word, that's when like the mental part really hit you?
Yes, I think so.
Interesting.
And I mean, another thing that didn't help, that after a year, then my husband was diagnosed. So him going through it, that was much harder than myself going through it, to watch someone you love go through it.
The same thing that you just, that's a nightmare. Wow.
So that was more of a mental weight, I think. So it's been, it's been a challenge. And I'm not going to lie, like it took me a while to really get back at it with my business. It took a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, so if Efruz gets sick with something life-threatening, and then Efruz is having, major mental health struggle after that, and then Efruz's husband has the same thing. That's, I think anybody would have a hard time.
Yeah. And again, with a young family, a business to deal with, and clients to serve, a child to care for. So it's, it was tough. And it took me a couple of years, I'd say. And I think it'd be proper to say that I'm finally just getting out of it and doing better now.
If you could go back, is there anything that you would have done differently? Or what advice would you give to somebody that was going through a similar situation to maybe get back to it, make it easier somehow, or get back to it
Yeah.
faster, or
Don't Google anything. Google is not your friend, so don't
Fair
Google
enough.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who would be just like digging into all the information and then freaking myself out. So, but you know, it's just to trust the process, I would say.
Okay.
You never know what life's gonna bring. Whatever happens, happens. We all go through it. You don't know what's gonna happen at the end, and you're just gonna enjoy the moment. That's how my husband was too. He was extremely positive going through it all,
Really?
which helped all of us. He was
Yeah.
smiling, laughing every day. So it just, you know, so it made it much easier.
And that's a good point, because with Google and with life, I think
Yeah.
you'll find whatever you're looking for.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Right? Like if you're looking for things that could go wrong, you'll find them, and
Yeah.
if you're looking for stories where things went right, you'll find that too.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so that's interesting. Well, good for him for being so positive.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we are both cancer-free. We're both in mission, doing great. So it's all good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome.
Yes.
Was there any point where you felt like your first life ended and your second life began?
Sort of. I think it changes you a little bit as a person. You just start looking at things differently. The things you thought were like really important, all of a sudden not that important.
Like what? Give you a few.
I don't know, maybe mostly like material things that
Okay.
you cared for. You're like, it can be gone just in a split second, and you know, it could be all over. So you just start to enjoy life a little bit more in a different way. So this is another point where it comes with like accepting help, I think, because with mental health too, especially in this business, it can get really lonely.
Yes.
So-
yeah, people don't realize that.
No,
but
yes.
yeah.
So it's, I think, important to build up those relationships and see that there are people out there who cares. And just being open about it too, I think. You don't think people would understand, but when you're really open about your mental health or other health issues, people do get it.
That's the thing. Yeah, I feel like it's, the stigma, I think, is mostly gone for most people. And I think now it's just, it's funny. I feel like I shouldn't overgeneralize, but I feel like a lot of the people that were complaining about the stigma are now shy to say anything.
Yes. Yeah,
You know?
no, that's true.
But no, for sure. Like I hear it once in a while. People say, "Hey, I'm having a tough time or a bad mental health day." In my head, that's the same as somebody saying, "Hey, I'm in bed with food poisoning right now. I can't do anything."
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
It's the same thing. There's certain things that you can go and do if you're a little sick, and then there's certain things that you can't do if you're very sick, and whether it's physical or mental shouldn't really matter.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So no, that's good to point out. But I even have a few guy friends where if they want to do something, I just say, "Nope, not today because of this," and it's understood.
Yes.
And then everybody feels better, and you're not making up excuses. You're giving a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree with you about the lonely part. Like, we work in a people business, and yes, we're always dealing with people, but it's always for their needs.
Exactly.
Right. And it's always them first. Like, if a client is stressed out or needs to see something or needs to meet a deadline that we can help with or whatever, we're not going to be like, "Hey, I'm having a bad mental health day too."
Yeah, exactly.
we just don't do that. We just
Yeah.
work through it with them. And I'm lucky in the sense that I feel like I have a lot of close friends that I've made through this business, and we mostly talk about work, but we could talk about other things too: the home inspectors, the mortgage brokers, the lawyers, and other realtors, of course. So it's definitely good to have that network for support, because
Oh, for sure.
sometimes you just need that 2-minute phone call at the end of the day.
We all need it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So how do you so you're cancer free? That's awesome. No big issues, knock on wood, right? Like nothing coming.
Yeah.
You're good. So you still have a young family. How do you balance life, work, some time for yourself now? I'm sure. Like how do you organize that, and how do you keep things in balance?
Yeah, that's something I'm still learning too, I think. But you just sort of, after having your own business and that like being your own boss, you kind of start to learn how to prioritize. And I do have a young family, so I try to just keep it separate. So if I'm with my family, with my daughter, my dogs, I'm just with them. And I try to not answer phone calls. If I'm with clients, I'm with clients. Then if other clients calling me, I would rather just take the time with the people I'm with and give them that one-on-one. So it's mostly, I think, having that separation. And another thing I think I learned is that I know that I can do a lot, but I cannot do everything all at once.
It's true.
Right?
Yep.
So it's just to have that, know that difference is, I think, important.
I operate a similar way. Like when I first started, I thought, every single text, every single phone call, everything was like the most important thing in the world. But then I realized that, there's very few things in our business that are truly urgent and unexpected. There are things that are urgent, like such as, meeting deadlines, offers days, being on time, things like that. Yes. But those things we know about in advance. There are very, very, very few things that are both urgent and unexpected.
That's true. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're with your family, you should be able to take that hour to be with your family. If you're in front of a client, I do the same thing. If I'm in front of a client, that person is the most important person in the world to me right now. And there are very few things that would distract me from that, right? I tell people, if your house is on fire, you wouldn't call me, right?
Yeah.
Although, we try to be there for our clients as much as we can. But at the end of the day, I also feel that our clients want us to have healthy family lives.
Of course.
Our clients want us to take time for ourselves. Our clients are dealing with us to, make the biggest purchases or sales of their lives. And you want to be dealing with somebody that's rested, of course. Of sound mind. Last thing you want is to deal with a realtor that's burnt out. That's where the mistakes happen. Like in anything else, any kind of. Of course,
yes.
And this goes even like factory workers, for example. They put strict policies in place to reduce problems on the job, right? For them, it's somebody getting hurt or killed. For us, it's somebody, perhaps losing out on their dream home, or missing something and ending up in a situation where they owe tens of thousands of dollars. And yeah, it's important that your realtor's taken care of, Yeah.
And I think to serve them the best way possible, you need to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be present.
And honestly, I've run into people that don't see it that way, and I don't. Somebody else can take them on as clients, and that's okay.
Exactly.
Not everybody is for everyone.
Yes, that's another thing I think I'd say to a just starting brand new realtor too.
That's one definitely
to keep in mind for sure.
Put yourself first because nobody else will.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
So the necklace. Is there a story with the necklace?
Okay. Well, the necklace. It has. This is like these flowers in that blue and white. I'm a summer person. I love the sea. I love salt water, and I'm a seashell addict. So I love picking up seashells. I have a huge collections. So there's like a little seashell here.
Nice.
So that's one thing. And then this again, it just reminds me of summer. I just like to have that little bit of color when possible.
So how do you feel about the wonderful long Winnipeg summers?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's nice when I'm able to take a break and go home for a little bit. We try to do that. But I truly like it too, because I love winter as well.
Really?
So yes, not when it's like minus 30.
You came to the right place. Wow.
Not when it's minus 30, but I do like snow and, having that holiday season and all that. I really enjoy that. But once we have this, like everything green and the weather is nice, it starts warming up, and then it gets significantly hot in here in summer too.
It does.
Yeah, so I love it. Yeah.
Do you get snow in Turkey?
We do.
You do?
We do, yes. Not every region, but where I'm from, which is the capital, we do get like literally 4 seasons.
Okay.
So you get winter, it would snow a little bit, stay a couple days and melt. Like it's not like here that it's not going to stay for 6 months.
So it's probably exciting.
Yes, exactly. So it happens. I was like, oh my God, it's snowing. So, and then you enjoy that and then it melts away. Then we have a nice 3-month fall and a nice 3-month winter and spring and summer. So
like, culture-wise, when you came to Canada, did you find anything surprising?
Oh, a lot of things surprising. But I don't it was not hard for me to get used to it here.
Okay.
Because I think it's the type of person I am. I should put it this way. I think what I enjoy most living here is the respect people have for each other and the kindness people have for each other and patience people have for each other. So those were always really important to me, and being able to experiencing it anywhere you go here, basically, not all the time, 100% maybe, but most times, that's been a really pleasant experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you first came to Winnipeg, where did you live?
Well, when I first came here, I lived on a little apartment on Grant.
Okay.
Yes, it was a bachelor, like this tiny.
Like by the mall?
Yes,
Okay.
across from the mall.
Oh, nice. I know those, yeah.
So it was literally like you walk in, there's a little bathroom, and then you have one room. It's like kitchen, bed, desk, kind of like tiny thing. It was just great. Great location. I took the bus to go to school. So it was great. I would just go get stuff from the grocery store. It was just walking distance. So yeah, I love that little place. It was really sweet.
Yeah, that's definitely a sweet place to live because like you got Grand Park Mall there. Everything's within walking distance. Bus. Yeah, you were living on Grant. You went to school, got your degree. What neighborhood did you choose from there, and why?
So when I was in school, I met my husband, and then him and we rented a little apartment on Taylor, not too far from where I was.
Okay.
Which was again great, walking distance to everything. It was this little 2-bedroom with a little sitting area on the outside, a tiny patio. So it was just great.
Nice.
And then from there, we were renting a house on Lanark, just off of Academy, which was again great too. And then at that time, I started working as well. So it was really close to my work. So that worked out great too. And then we bought our first house after that.
And where was that?
That was in Old St. Vital.
Okay. And so you went from, so kind of Crescentwood-ish to River Heights. And then why St. Vital?
Well, that worked for our budget at the time.
Okay.
And because they had a lot of starter homes there that I like small, we still had a huge yard. But, small 2-bedroom house, which was just a perfect starter for us. And it just worked for our budget. So that's why we went for it. And we loved that area too.
It's a great area.
Yes.
It is.
A lot of young families. So it was just wonderful.
So when I first met you, being on camera wasn't your favorite thing.
No.
Right. Is it your favorite thing now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But I'm getting better. I think I'm getting used to it. I avoided it any way I can. It was just, I don't know. I just get stressed or anxious and all that. But since we've been doing it together too, that's been helping. But I'm just realizing that it's not about being just perfect and, being this image. We're not actors, but just going there, being yourself and just being natural I think that's what does the trick, because people want to see real people, right? They're not watching a TV show or something. So they want to deal with real people. So I think it's all about going out there and being yourself and make mistakes, say the awkward thing here and there. And, so I'm still getting used to the idea of being in front of camera, but I think it's getting better. What do you say?
Definitely. Ever since you started, I thought you were great. You were maybe a little anxious, right? Everybody is. I still get anxious. We all get anxious. But you nailed it. It's all about just literally being yourself and speaking the way that you would speak if somebody else is just sitting in front of you. And at the end of the day, the people that like you will gravitate towards you. And my opinion is just, so like you said, the key is to just be yourself. We're not actors, like you said. And the people that like you will gravitate towards you, but they can't see you if you don't put yourself out there, right? So it's that, and I think also, especially when we're doing the listing videos, I think it helps to have somebody actually showing the home in the video. It helps to have somebody standing in some of the rooms so you can see the proportion, right? And how things look, how things fit. I think anybody that's in this industry that isn't utilizing video isn't helping their clients as much as they could when it comes to selling.
I agree. And to add to that, the goal is to have those people as clients who really understand you and they gravitate towards you. That's when things work. That's when the chemistry works and everything goes smoothly. So those are the people you want to work with. So I think it's important to put yourself out there to find each other. It's kind of like giving them a preview. Right? Because otherwise, you see a listing, let's pretend you're a buyer. You see a listing, or you see, you're looking for a buyer's agent, and you see a list of names, and you call one, or maybe they have a picture online. You're like, okay, but seeing somebody on video shows you how they really are. Exactly.
And lets them decide if this is somebody that they want to deal with or not. And again, we're not out there to try and impress everybody. We can't.
Exactly.
But the people that like us will choose us, and the people that don't should choose someone else.
Exactly, and that's why you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be you.
You were working as a solo agent for a long time. What made you decide to do the team thing?
Well, it actually came up when I was just at a point where I was looking for some change, and I was not particularly planning to join a team or anything like that, but it just happened. I came across what you were looking for, and I think, again, like I said before, this industry can be really lonely. And after a while, yes, I did everything for 8 years, all my paperwork, scheduling, everything I needed to do in this business on my own. And I'm capable of doing it. But again, you can get really lonely. And I think it's important to have your people around you, to find your tribe. So that's how I feel about it, more than just like, officially like joining a team and be a part of it. I think it's more like feeling that feeling you get, that being a part of something. And I'm still learning, of course, but it's okay to have people with different roles, right? To have a full-time assistant who does a great job, and you're able to actually hand them that work, like you mentioned before about like with the starting with real estate. So, but doing everything on your own for so long, it's a bit of a learning curve again. So I think I realized I was craving more collaboration, and I'm glad that I was able to find great people.
In real estate, essentially, some people work on their own and some people work on teams. What did you think of teams when you were a solo agent?
So to be honest, it felt more like, I think, being employed by someone when you're in a team, which was something that I truly didn't want.
Right, because it's your own business.
Exactly. Yeah. But then I also realized that I was craving that collaboration, and because you can get really lonely in this business, and really, yes, when you need help, you need to just get it. And then after meeting with you and kind of starting experiencing all that, it just makes so much sense, and it's been really fun. You just bounce ideas off of each other and help each other, and everybody have their own role. I don't know. I think it just makes it that much more enjoyable to do this business.
I think so too, because I've tried working with other agents in the past, and I tried kind of doing it in a loose sort of way because I didn't think that I wanted a team. But then after going through it with a few people, I just wanted some more structure and stability, and I'd rather work with one person or two people in a dedicated way than to try and spread myself across a bunch of kind of loose relationships, we'll call it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's been great, great with you, and I'm really looking forward to just seeing how far we can go. And the whole idea is, I think we should be able to accomplish more and feel like we're doing less, if that makes sense.
Yes, because I think we all have our own strengths, right? Everybody is able to this way just do what they love, do what they're good at, and kind of like share that responsibility and support each other at the same time. So far so good. So
I just want to say, you've been a blessing so far. I think you're going to continue to be a blessing, and I can't wait to do this again in 6 months or a year or 2 years or whenever, and just see all the new things that we have to talk about. It's going to be great. Super happy to have you. I know the whole office is happy to have you. So thank you. So yeah, thanks for coming on board. I'm really excited. Yes, me too. Thank you so much. And just to close up, I guess, if there's one thing I learned, life is full of curveballs, and you don't have to handle them on your own. So it's good to collaborate, find your tribe, and just do great things with great people. So I've been very happy with everything so far too. That's awesome. I love that. Yes. Thank you.